Carl. Well, pitter patter, let's get at her. It's Joe the Bull Guy, and welcome to the bullpen. As always, I have Nicole and I got Jimbo. How we doing today, guys?
Good. Well,
Good.
kind of in shock.
You know what though?
Happened.
Today was a good day though.
But today was a good day, yes. But
right?
It's been a shock valley for the last 48.
Well, let's put it this way: we got our and I'll say it. I don't give a shit. You know what, YouTube? I'm sorry, but we got our supreme leader, Donald Trump, back in again. Yeah, welcome home, Dad. So we have that.
Daddy's
right. Oh, look, she could say it. I can't. More people enjoy it when she says it that way. But with that being said, Trump's back in office. Now, again, and this is not to say that one party is better than the other. I'm not saying that at all. No. That's who I voted for. That's who I wanted to, and that's who I wanted in office. So I'm glad that it happened. But be respectful, right? Like I'm cool with either side of the aisle. Just you can't bitch if you didn't vote. That's all I'm going to say. But what about like the fucking elephant in the room, right? We literally had, right? TikTok shut the fuck down.
It went dark, guys.
Like, you want to talk about some crazy shit? I'm sitting in a live, and a lot of us were like this that are live streamers, and we do our normal broadcasts, and we're sitting there and we're dressing our friends. Hey, how you doing? Let's go. Tap the screen, reassuring people, hey, if it does go down, here's where you can find us. That's why it's important. Go follow all the socials that are in the bio in the link tree. And we're going to get another link tree that's put up with Nicole's and Jimbo's contact information, as well as Jen and Zach, so that this way it's there. Carl, we don't give a shit about. No, I'm kidding. We'll get you Carl's as well in there as well. I have to be extra mean to him today. Okay. I have to. Okay. That bald-headed bastard turned 60 years old today.
Happy birthday!
It's Carl's birthday, right?
Birthday,
like
Carl.
Old as shit, though. He says he's my age. There's no fucking way. There's no way.
Wow.
I know. Should we bring the gremlin out? I'm gonna ask the chat. Y'all
want a shirt on?
He
no
better
balls on your head, Carl.
He better have a fucking shirt on. Come on, bring your ugly ass mug up here. Let's see you, Carl. I'm just kidding. We love you.
Oh, look. Sharp you look.
He does have a shirt on. Look at that. Look.
Hey.
He almost has.
Network. There's the producer.
I'm the producer. He's the
owner of the network.
The network. I'm sorry. His network.
Joe, doesn't he look like the dude from fucking Despicable Me? Shut the fuck up. He's Gru. Oh, I love you. I swear to Jesus, but that was funny. I couldn't help myself.
I love you too, guys.
Oh my God. Look,
happy birthday, Carl.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, guys.
Joe, I got a great idea for a Halloween costume, though, Carl. You go as Gru. Nicole dresses up in the orange jumpsuit and goes as Steve Carell's. And I don't know, Jimbo, do you want the little girl that goes, it's my squishy? Or do you want the other one with the glasses? Your choice. I'll take the other one.
Sounds good. Whatever.
Okay. It sounds good. I think I could rock pigtails, at least in the beard. No, but truthfully, happy birthday, buddy.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Listen, just do me a favor. Don't go to Hunts Point for your birthday. Nobody needs chlamydia, okay? No one needs it that bad.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
I'm just saying, don't go, not Hunts Point, and just stay away from the boardwalk in Atlantic, okay? I'm just telling you.
$5 handies, buddy, for your birthday.
Yeah, $5 handies. And you know what? I think they're even cheaper today because I think, with Trump getting into office, I think it's a buy one, get one, and inflation kind of came down. But no, in all sincerity, has anybody filled up their gas tank today?
No.
See that fucking shit? Tell me I'm fucking lying. It's 50 cents fucking cheaper. He just got into fucking office. Where I live, it is 50 cents cheaper right now. Like, are you fucking for real? He's not even in for a couple hours. He saves TikTok. And then he fucking like shit starts to lower. Oh, look, Carl dropped out. Hopefully
I'm
not
still
like
here.
a fetus at Walmart. Whoa, don't be creepy.
Whoa.
Don't be fucking creepy. Don't listen, don't be lurking and jerking either, okay? With that being said, okay, so let's get into this shit, right? So we're sitting there, and all of a sudden it says, sorry, TikTok isn't available right now. A law banning TikTok has been enacted in the US. Unfortunately, that means that you cannot use TikTok for now. We are fortunate that President Trump has indicated that he will work with us on a solution reinstating TikTok. He has taken office. Please stay tuned. Now, that is what came after the other message. And hold on, I took a screenshot of that, which I'm not going to show it because I don't know if that has any kind of copyright issues or whatnot. I could fucking read it to you because it was bullshit. It says, let's see, where was the one?
People are saying they're calling bullshit on the blackout, but
Well, here's my thing with it. It's one of two things. One, it was either a way to distract.
like look at this and then look at while we're doing this.
Right.
I always
Like,
do it.
well, but that's the other thing too. Here's my thing when I look at it. We talked about secret societies and conspiracy theories, right?
Right.
So one of the things that we noticed and we were able to kind of put together was that everything lined up and then the linchpin happened and everything fell. So look at today's events. Look at today's events. Who got pardoned today? Everybody who said
All
they
people
weren't
from January 6th.
And what else? All the people in Biden's family, all the
Yes.
people that were related. So now you have all of these things, right?
Yeah.
That are now pardoned, which this person said they weren't going to do that, right? Then you had before that TikTok banned, which blacked out 170 million Americans who use the app, just completely not able to communicate there. And what ended up happening?
Well, they're taking our freedom of speech.
Well, so here's the thing. Go ahead, Jimbo. Were you saying something? Okay. So the freedom of speech was crazy. Okay. And a lot of people are like, oh no, it's not a freedom of speech. Yes, it is. Okay. I can understand that they don't want to have like spyware and things like that. I get that. I don't have any of the image. That's the only image I had. There was another. It literally, when I took the screenshot, it didn't show anything.
But like, even in my personal opinion, the TikTok has done so much for me to find my people in recovery. Like, I always felt alone in my recovery, and now with the help of TikTok, I was able to find my people, and it's been so like and like share my story and like talk about how I feel. So I feel like, yeah, definitely freedom of speech for sure.
Well, and then and if you look at the series of events, right? So like obviously you took out 170 million Americans out of the game where they can't talk to each other, they can't post anything that's going on. On top of that, okay, you have Biden who said that, oh, we won't enforce it, but wouldn't put anything into like signature, wouldn't sign his name to it. He just said he wouldn't do it. So if you really look at it, TikTok didn't have a choice. You were playing you were playing poker, and TikTok called your fucking bluff. That's what they did, because Biden is the type of person, in my opinion, that would have said one thing like he did. I won't pardon any of my family or anybody that was in January 6th. And what's the first thing he fucking does on the last day he's in office? Pardons literally everybody on his way out. So you can't trust somebody like that. And notice how all of the laptop and everything now just disappears. So all of that stuff is, you talk about conspiracy, I think so. But keep going back to how many people, so many big creators ruined their accounts because they decided to go fucking wild. There's a couple of people that, like, as it was getting ready to go down, when word was spreading that, hey, we have like 10 minutes, say goodbye to your communities, tell them where you're going to go. And, we had that mad exodus out of this app into what? Lemonade, which was owned by TikTok. So a lot of people who thought they were safe there wasn't. We went to Favorited, people went to Clapper, and all these places weren't anticipating that it would actually happen. So they never prepared for it. It was like fucking Y2K again.
Yeah. Like the stores were shutting down on Favorite that night.
Listen, it took me 45 minutes just to get it up to where I didn't see anybody that was in the box and people were there, right? But you had these creators that literally went ham because they thought that it would never see the light of day again. And they said some dumb shit. There was another person that I know that got permanently banned because they showed their booty hole on it.
Yeah.
Like it's like it's going down. Why? And that Trump's. No, it wasn't any of us in the box, right? So they get banned for showing their asshole. I don't either.
I'm not gonna see my booty hole.
Yeah, you and me both, J Dog. You and me both. Clapper scares the living Jesus out of me. Like here, I honestly look here. You all think I'm crazy. I will literally keep amoxicillin and Cipro next to the computer just in case I accidentally scroll onto it. Because I mean, like, if you there is no judgment. You want to do things with your body and make money on it? Who the fuck am I to judge? It ain't my place. I've stripped. God, and my parents found out that I had a podcast and it's on Spotify now, and they legitimately fucking went mental. So God bless you guys for listening to this, and I hope this doesn't make it there. But anyway, yeah, I used to strip, which they now know, which they didn't before. And I did it in college to make money. So I am not judging anybody for their body parts or what they want to expose or whatnot. I don't choose to assign my platform with that because I don't want my platform to have that connotation. Do you know what I mean? Like TikTok, yeah, we did TikTok after dark. We talked inappropriate. We talked foul. We got to, our groove on. But we're trying to help people. And if that's like going on OnlyFans, like, I'm not knocking OnlyFans because obviously this Wednesday, Lured by Attraction. What up, G? Lured by Attraction. I did the interview with her, and we discussed like some of the numbers that she's making and shit like that. And I'll tell you what, I fucked up. I should have stuck with it, but that's just me personally. But yeah, everybody was freaking out about this, oh, well, the government, and if you looked at Congress when they questioned the vice president or the CEO of TikTok, I forget his actual title, but he's the guy that we see all the time, right? When they asked him all those questions, does TikTok access your home router? Well, yeah, to get Wi-Fi. I don't understand the question.
He was trying to like trick him or something? Did you see that? He was like, I don't understand. Of course that we have to.
They were trying to force a narrative. That's the thing. That's the thing with conspiracy theories, right? They discredit you, they push you down, they make you irrelevant, and then they take you out. They tried it with Trump. Look at where he's at now. Right? But like, this is the shit that goes on in our own fucking government. And then he's from Singapore. And they kept calling him Chinese, and he goes, no, I'm from Singapore. And he's like, have you ever worked with the communist Russia? It's like, bro, calm the fuck down. Do your research. Like, they did not look at anything at all. Then on top of that, not only did he try to discredit him and make him look stupid in that Congress meeting, like people, which all of that came out, and people should have realized that this wasn't going anywhere. Like they were going to do this like flex and whatnot. But at the end of the day, how many people ran to Red Note? Like,
I'm not gonna lie, I started Red Note, but I just deleted it.
Yeah, I would not have even put that on my phone. That's literally a sole owned and operated app in the People's Republic of China, right? Like that's literally, I think that's how you say it. I don't know. It's in China. It's a China-based company. That's literally there. Sorry if I offended anybody. I'm not really up on a lot of this shit. But like how to say certain countries and stuff like that. But hey, but the point I'm getting at is with all of this shit is that they went to Red Note, which was literally giving backdoor access, which is exactly what no one wanted to do. And the government had really no choice because think about it. 170 fucking million people, their lights went off and they didn't know what to do. I was one of those people that sat there panicking, not panicking really, but like I put in since September of 2019 into this app. and I met some amazing human beings through this app. I have talked to a lot of people that have had problems on this app. Jimbo, you and I have talked when we have both had issues to each other, and we pulled ourselves out of some shitty situations. So to sit there and say like this app is just for it's built to addict the user and everything. No, it's not. And we proved that on Sunday. Now, a lot of people ran to other apps. Why? Because they were like, screw this. They ain't going to stop us, right?
Yeah.
My buddy Jungle Jack, shout out to Jungle Jack, who's been, live streaming for life, they took it down, but he was already up and running on another platform. So the stream never ended. But that's, he beat the Chinese company 6 years in a row. I'm just saying. So, all of this stuff and people go back to it like, oh, well, Trump put into effect, that it was a national security with TikTok back in 2020. Now, back in the day, it was a national security threat because it was being controlled that if you talked about Trump, you got banned. But if you were talking about COVID in the Biden administration and any of that narrative, it was okay and you were promoted. So, yeah, it did cause an issue. But at the end of the day, if you look at what it is, what is it? Oh God, now I can't remember the name of it. Like seriously, ByteDance. ByteDance moves servers over to here. Not to mention, since it came back up, my For You page is totally different. It's not people discussing their issues anymore. It's stuff I've never had before. So here's the thing. The For You page now is what the For You page used to be when Jimbo and I started on this app. Okay. You remember how it was like random shit. Like it was like you had at one point it was and then you'd go into some guy going like or the ASMR like, and you're like, okay, I can't deal with this shit. And then it started amalgamating into it. Well, a lot of fake accounts, I think, when the servers restarted, got dropped off. And that's why a lot of users are reporting a lot of like fluctuation in their following. So there's a lot of that stuff that's going on. So Brianna, I'll tell you this much. It took when they put in the new algorithm, it took about it took about I'd say like 2 months before it actually like came into what my For You page is now or was. Now I get Joe on his daily shitter, aka his off. Look, you know what? Here's the thing though. Y'all think I'm actually taking a shit, but you'll never fucking know. You'll never fucking know. I'm just saying. I'm not going to tell anybody. They literally said it never changed content to influence. They were like, but it could. Well, of course it did. Here's the reason why. We all got taken off the app for a whole fucking day. So our algorithm kind of went into its own AI. Right. Give it a couple of weeks. It's going to go right back to the same thing.
Right. It's got to rebuild the algorithm.
Yeah.
If I can give you my little 2 cents, maybe be a devil's advocate, is that I don't think this went against our First Amendment.
Really?
I do. I think that's saying that instead of writing on a pen and paper, you have to use a pencil and a notebook. Or instead of writing on a chalkboard, you now have to use. It's a private company that is a megaphone, right? And they said, you can't use this megaphone anymore. Okay, no problem. I'll use this brand megaphone now. Okay, good to go. That's how I correlate that. That's how I put that together to where it wasn't a freedom of speech issue. It was the tool you used for speech. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense to where.
No, it does. It does. It's a tool.
Don't make me like don't make me be the like the bad guy in it because it sucked, and I think it sucks for millions of people.
I don't think you're a bad guy, Jim. That's your opinion.
I don't think it was infringement on our First Amendment freedom of speech. I think that it attacked wrongfully attacked a company for the tool that people used, but there were a plethora. Tell me, do you know what a plethora means?
I do.
I don't.
The tool
It's a lot of.
The Three Amigos. It's a Three Amigos reference. It was just your tool that you used for your freedom of speech. Because it was a private company and they had issues with the government and this and that, they played their little bullshit games, which we knew. I said, it'll be back. It's going to be back. It's too big to lose kind of thing.
It's too profitable. They're making too much.
It's silly little bullshit politics that they do. It'll be back, and it's back. It'll take a day or two for it to be fully upswing and back. But I don't think it was infringement of freedom of speech. I think it was they took away a tool for people, but look how creative people got really fast.
And I agree with that. It did spark more creativity and more diversity.
Yeah.
Using another tool.
Here's my thing, though.
With MySpace. They took MySpace, so like that took a shit.
That was a bummer.
Yeah, but MySpace taking a shit was that just people migrated to Facebook instead of MySpace because of the new features. That was the difference.
For us. You know what I mean?
But here's my problem, though. Don't claim it's a national security risk. It wasn't a national security risk.
100%. I agree with that. 100%.
That's what I'm saying. So that's where our freedom of speech went. Yeah. That's where I'm saying freedom of speech got lost because, yes, they said you can't use this app because it's Chinese based. Go with that then. Go with that. Don't say that it's because it's collecting data. It's the same fucking data Google's collecting on me every day that I'm sitting here because this bitch just lit up for me saying the word Google and she's going to misinterpret whatever and then tell me about two raccoons fitting up a person's ass. This is what this thing does. So your cell phone is literally, they have the capability of turning this motherfucker on. This never actually shuts off. This always holds a residual charge, even when it says it's 0. So it can become a listening device and a location device. Now tell me how this device here, which is allowed in the United States, but I can't use an app that I want to use. I'm not saying,
I agree with that 100%. 100%.
And when we started speaking out about it, that's where our voices were silenced. Not taking away the app.
What was it, 8 years ago? With Zuckerberg and Facebook and what they collected and they used against people with false information. And he allowed certain things to be put in, but certain things couldn't be put in. Facebook never got shut down.
Right. Never. They never even got a fucking sanction.
But it's
didn't they get sued though?
This is just a tool to use.
They got sued, but it never went through. Right. They just had to stop doing it. They never got any financial repercussions.
And they got bigger. They created Meta.
Well, Meta owns. I mean, it's not just Meta.
They created Meta. It's the same.
Right.
It's
I know it's the same thing, but Meta also is the virtual VRs, and they connect it.
The AI.
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong, G. You'd be more worried about the sites I visit on my phone than TikTok. Exactly.
Well, that's what President Trump, he said, we have way more bigger concerns than TikTok.
And that's what his point was. He goes, really, this is like, don't hinder the freedom of speech.
And I'm not even a big Trump fan. I'm saying it, guys. I'm not even a big Trump fan. And I thought
that's okay, though. That's okay. Here's my thing with this whole nonsense. Okay. The reason that they are so scared of TikTok, it is not because of data that they collect. And if you recall, they put servers in Texas that store our financial data, so it never leaves the fucking country, right? They literally took, once Trump started this in 2020, they took actions to go through to make sure that it was more kept in the United States so it wasn't abroad. This wasn't that they tried to collect data to take down the United States, right? But
they were putting the potential threat as a thing. And
but here's the reason for the threat. The threat is, and this is where the freedom of speech comes in, Jim, is 170 million people are linked by one fucking app that all it takes is one video of the truth to spread around 170 million people who are now united against the government, who doesn't like what they're seeing. And that's where the infringement on the freedom of speech. It wasn't shutting it down. Your passwords have been found on the black web. Yeah, I don't doubt it.
Listen, just this last week, my TD bank card is not on TikTok at all. I got fraudulent charges Went in. It was something probably I used to purchase Christmas presents. It's on the web. Everything, all your information is already out there.
Bro.
100%.
Yeah, they say not to even use your debit cards online. They said you use your debit card.
I can talk to somebody about something. The next day, I see an ad for it.
Listen, and that's an American company.
Your shit is out there, people.
And that's an American company doing it. But yeah, we're getting pissed at TikTok for it.
Right.
Here's a better one for you. About, let's see, he's 13. So I'd say probably around 10 years ago. I went to a gas station. I stuck my debit card into the gas station like all of us fucking do, feeling like Diddy's party afterwards in our ass, and pulled the card out, put it back in my wallet, pump my gas, go across the street to the restaurant where I took my mother to breakfast. Would you know, in the time that I swiped my card at the gas pump to the time I went into the restaurant, ate my breakfast, and was getting ready to pay, someone stole my card numbers from that gas pump.
They
okay, bought a Lexus. They fucking bought a Lexus, bro. A two-seater fucking Lexus. I don't even make enough money, let alone my credit limit ain't that high. They did that and $10,000 of Jamaican food in Hapeville, Georgia. I didn't even know there was a town called Hapeville, Georgia. You fucking kidding me? Like, fuck out of here. They want to silence the people because we're able to come together and call them on their BS. Brianna, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's the freedom of speech infringement that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about an app shutting down, them banning an app. I get that. That's like the state of Virginia saying that Pornhub and all inappropriate content cannot.
You just driving around in your Lexus, brother.
I don't doubt it. It probably was G. But what it's basically saying is that now you fucking derailed my thought. I don't even remember what the hell I was. You son of a bitch. No, you're good. They wanted to silence 170 to call us on the BS. That's where the infringement is. The app going down, them saying that it shouldn't operate. You're right. Is the microphone, right? It's just the way we deliver the information. YouTube, Spotify. This is the way we deliver information, right? Smaller platform and not as much popularity on some of these, although there is a lot. But you know what I mean? It's more or less. TikTok was the appeal of it was 30 seconds I could swipe, right? YouTube you can now swipe, but for some reason it's not the same. It's not the same engagement. It's not the same. There are different things. So you don't see what comments, but anyway. The point of what I'm getting at is that's where they wanted to silence 170 million people from being together. We were unified on that. So when we left Pornhub, OnlyFans, what's next? That's Virginia. Virginia does that. Like I went to Virginia for a comedy show and a tattoo convention, and I ended up just sitting there and hanging out with friends instead of doing anything. But when I was there, actually, who the fuck sent? I was on the phone with you, Jim. I think it was my buddy Brian sent me. This is mine. Ignore me, Joe. I see all of them. I'm responding to them. I'm reading them while I'm talking, but I'm multitasking. I got you, J Dog. But anyway,
the funny ones. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, only the ones that are actually funny. No, I'm fucking around. But so when I was down there, my buddy Brian. What's up, Papa Bear? He sent over a video of the Lollipop Guild, but the spicy version. No, seriously, like that's what he was sending me. And I was in the state of Virginia, and I didn't know. And I just literally clicked my phone, and it popped up, and it went, "You're not allowed to see this." And it was Shirley Devlin, I don't know, some porn star from Pornhub, where I guess that's where it was going. And it was like, this has been blocked by the legislation inside of the state of Virginia. You are not allowed to access this without uploading a copy of your ID every time you watch a video. And I'm sitting there going, well, you know what? That at least verifies you that you're of age, right? I didn't see a problem with it, but, it was crazy. Let's see. Is the chat frozen? No, we can see it. Xtube, poor J Dog. We love J Dog. Laugh out loud, Jimbo. Ouch. I need your best Tony Romo impression every time you say Jim. No,
that's funny.
No, I'm not going to sound like Tony. I can't say that because I won't go after that. All it takes is one person to post a video and it goes viral in 10 minutes and exposes it. Exactly.
Well, I love the safe for work things. When somebody sends a video, you go to look at it, it goes, it's safe for work. Really? Like, I'm not going to hit, oh, yeah, I'm not at work. So let me watch this video now.
Well, I mean, if you're at a corporate job.
Workplace safe or what's the thing or something like that?
Not safe for work.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, right? So if I'm sitting there and I'm in a meeting and it has the potential to make noise, I could always blame it on a ringtone, right? So it's like, life is a highway. We're good. But if it comes out and goes, oh, daddy smack my ass, the next thing I know, I'm in HR, right? So if it says not safe for work, I'm not even touching it. Okay, Carl, come on. You want to, Jesus Christ, he sent me a fucking email, texted me on the phone, put in the private chat. What do you got to say so bad? Jesus.
So TikTok Limited is actually based out of the Cayman Islands.
Great. That's 99% of the politicians have their bank accounts from.
So they're not even part of China. That's the problem.
Well, no, they are part of China. They're owned by a Chinese corporation, but the problem is that their main holdings is in the Caymans. The problem with that is that they can get out of the tax liability that's owed in the U.S. However, all that does is the tax implications. That's all the only thing. Don't tell me what to do, G. I'll yell at Carl if I want to, even though it's his birthday. But don't worry, he was looking at.
But also too, ByteDance. 2 of the board members are American citizens.
Yeah, I heard that too.
But again,
Barack Obama.
Again, lies. I didn't say. Did I say that out loud? My bad.
Lies.
Where was his birth certificate? He never showed us.
Nope.
And listen, Michael, I mean, Michelle, we'll leave it be, okay? We'll leave it be. Okay. Yeah, and the U.S. already owns 21% of TikTok, and they're asking TikTok to give up 29%.
The servers for TikTok
it says a
are
joint
down
they're
in
Texas. I know that. We already said that. But that's the thing, though. That's what I'm saying. All of this shit, again, it points back to the conspiracy bullshit. Yeah, I mean, I meant Michael. But it goes back to the conspiracy of it all. They want to fucking silence us, which is a freedom of speech impingement, because they're using the Patriot Act to say that this is what's going on. And they really hated it. And now Congress is calling the pro-Palestine bias on the app as part of the Patriot Act and why it is a oh my God, I can't, my fucking brain just seized up. Why it's a security concern for the United States. But at the end of the day, so you want to take people's voices away about what they're protesting. That's the whole fucking point of this country. Look at what happened the last time that a government fucked with its people. We left England.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm just saying, there's a lot of shit that
a fucking giant.
But it's funny that they're coming after TikTok when you have Temu, who is completely Chinese, and they're not doing shit about it.
You see, J-Dog brings up the point. Since the Chinese law, then they have to give up the analytics if needed. Correct. That's where the issue's at. But at the same token, if it's U.S.-based, guess what they have to do? Give up the fucking analytics. So it's just a fight for the data. Well, what's the data? What? That Nicole does recovery? I talk about dirty shit and read into a Bible? Jim sits there and he grips his meat so hard. He smokes things. But, and not Paul. But the point I'm getting at is at the end of the day, what are they fucking really collecting? What our spending habits are, what products we want? Great. What the fuck are they going to do with that? Or do they realize that we all are a bunch of degenerates that don't sleep at all and we stay glued to our phone for hours on end and spend money through an app? What vital secrets of national security are they going to get from that? Nothing. The same bullshit Google collects. Same thing Facebook. Same thing my laptop is doing right now while it's yelling at me, telling me that Morton Security, get your people on this shit, is out of date and I need to update it.
The big thing that Rogan had brought up was that it wasn't for the fact that how many the infrastructure was so advanced to where if they wanted to shut things down globally, they could.
Yeah.
They could, because they said they had hackers out the wazoo that couldn't touch it, and that's what they were afraid of. That's what the reports were, that the infrastructure was so advanced that they were so big and so large in this country to where if they wanted to go, okay, we're going to do this, and we have the capability of doing it, there was nothing that anybody could do about it. But they just shut it down.
But here's the other thing too, right?
But
they
that
shut it
doesn't
down.
mean the system's not up and running. You just can't get the app on your phone. Like, it didn't make sense. Like, it doesn't.
Right. It was just a way of flexing their muscle to say, look, you want to fuck with us? We'll fuck with you too.
Just because your phone is black doesn't mean it isn't working. It's
exactly. Exactly.
It's the same thing, man.
The program's still there.
It's all stupid.
This technically started under Trump's first administration.
Yes, which we in 2020, where he was originally trying to ban it, but he was trying to ban it because of the rhetoric with the COVID-19 bullshit that was being spread, because again of the influence of Biden into China and Wuhan.
China.
Right.
So
because
that's
again,
where it started, but it snowballed from there.
But again, it starts, and I keep fucking saying it, and it seems like, I don't know if we're getting it. It's the U.S. government trying to control the flow of information so that they can control the narrative. So 170 million people believe what the fuck they want, which goes back to our freedom of speech impingement. It all goes back to they are trying to censor us so that they can get away with the same bullshit they've been doing. Guess what? Trump ain't fucking allowing it.
No.
Okay. He said when he got in, hold on. He said when he got in that he was going to shake the tree of liberty and you were going to be shocked of what came out of it. Well, guess what? We had Epstein, who didn't fucking hang himself. We had Hillary. We had the fucking January 6th bullshit. We had Biden's crap. And now all the people, all these actors were all now, nope, didn't fucking happen.
A couple of the biggest things I took from his speech today, I watched. We actually had a private party at a local bar that opened. That's usually closed on Monday. That's why I was asleep, because I had a very nice afternoon. Let's just say the old fashions were flowing. The biggest things I took from it was that we're taking back over Panama. We're taking over the control of the canal that we should have done 30, 40 years ago.
America, let's go.
The Gulf of Mexico is now the Gulf of America because of what Biden did with the name. He goes, all right, we'll change the name.
Right.
I don't care what you call it, but now we're going to call it this, and we can oil all we want. Drill, baby, drill.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And he never said TikTok per words, but he said the first, which again, I don't agree with it, but I'll go with it.
He did say freedom of speech, First Amendment.
Freedom of speech, the First Amendment will not be infringed no matter what.
But he also talked about it when he was signing the executive orders. He did,
and I liked it. I thought it was strong. I thought it was long-winded and strong, but that's Trump, and that's why I love him.
But here's the other thing too. It goes back to carry a big stick and walk softly. It goes back to our roots, our forefathers, which we have been leading up to this. Hi, yeah, I'm Joe. I play chess, so I kind of started with conspiracies and in the hopes about what was going on and what would come to fruition. But that's 100%. He said, honestly, this has nothing to do with the president at all. It has to do with old senators and reps that don't know enough to say what is good and bad. And that's the thing. Remember the questioning when they were asking the CEO. So does it access the home Wi-Fi? My fucking microphone accesses the home Wi-Fi. This can of chew accesses my left testicle. Like, are you fucking for real? Like every
I live in a neighborhood. If I look for a Wi-Fi,
you can see them all
houses around me, and if they're not secure, I can pull into any one of them.
And here's the other thing: all you need is
three houses away. I got it doesn't,
dude. And I have a little program. I have a little program that's on a little device like this that you plug into a laptop and it can hack every single Wi-Fi. And it's called a sniffing program. And you know what it is? It's a legitimate program that's not illegal. How is that not illegal? How is that not illegal? But, this app that, people fucking dance, shake their ass to a corgi and make money. How many businesses lost money for 2 days they were out? right?
Yeah.
And then you look at the tax revenue.
Real quick. Did anybody follow Nutley? He's like, so like his last post was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
He goes, so tell me this, government. He goes, you're going to stop this. You're going to close it down. Goodbye. But you're going to put all the time and energy and money into closing TikTok. But how about, I'm going to say it, child porn on the internet, underage people shaking their ass, human trafficking. How about put some money into that? That's all over these social media pages.
Right.
He goes, what's your real agenda? And he went like this. He said, good job. Goodbye.
Right. And then did you see what he said when he came back?
Multi-million people follower.
Oh, dude, he's making multi-million dollars off of the endorsements and everything from him. He has posted a video every day on the app since he started it and hasn't let up yet.
Retired Air Force veteran. Like he's very, very, very respected in the community. I revert to a lot of his stuff that he says, and I agree with. And he put it out there. He goes, really? This is what we're doing? All right. Goodbye.
Now look at this. J-Dog is part of it.
We're Americans, and we'll figure something else out because that's what we do.
Yeah, because we adapt. We fucking roll with it. J-Dog was talking about the U.S. agencies, and if you're not knowing what he's talking about, that's the agencies on TikTok, okay? So what they are, creator agencies, they reported losses of up to $1 million or $100,000. Here's the fun fact, though. TikTok's revenue brings in U.S. taxes $7 million in gifting alone in one day. In one day on gifting in the U.S. $7 million. Now that's one day in tax revenue. The real agenda is not about, it's about controlling it. It's the control. It's the taking over the algorithm, is making sure that they can control the narrative. They can swing whatever votes they want so that corrupt people can do corrupt shit and continue to fucking do it. That's it. I'm just saying. It's fucking insane. Yeah, J-Dog, that's, over what, $4 million? It's about $4 million, right? 400,000. No, that's about $4,500,000 that was lost just from the agencies. Now let's even talk about the shop stuff that got canceled. All the things that were supposed to be done. I have a fucking video I was supposed to post. Now it's gone. Right? So talk about all of those things.
I haven't even looked since it's been back up, but do you still have a bank? Do you still have
well, the balance is going to be paid out on Wednesday. And they did issue an email, by the way, because I received that email. They had said that they were, no matter what, they were going to pay out anything, no matter which way it went. They were going to make right by the balances. And I received an email about that.
My balance actually went up. I just checked. I haven't been on here in like 2 days.
Well, because what you were making on your, or what you made on your live, like at the very end, they still attributed to it. So there's websites that track that, by the way. So like right now, it shows my current payout for Wednesday, what it's supposed to be, right? And they promised to pay it. And anything that is accrued between now and then, they're going to still pay it. So the thing is it's not.
Remember back in the day when we were like going strong, like 2021, 22, when I got that final band, there was money in that account that I never got.
Oh, bro, don't even start with me about the creator fund.
I know a big Gypsy Unsupervised. We talked for years, and she was like, "I've got thousands of dollars that
dude, TikTok owes me $17,000. I was saving up for a car. Remember that was back when we ran in that little group. Yep. I was part of the creator fund. I had a bunch of videos that hit millions and millions and millions of fucking views. And I'm talking like in days. You want to talk about viral? This shit went fucking AWOL before I got banned. And I got banned, and they literally yanked it out. Nicole is amazing. G, you're 100% right.
She is amazing.
So, Carl, go back to your home. We're gonna continue our conversation. It's your birthday, but we gave you some light and some spotlight for you, buddy. But you stay back in your home.
I'm just getting my feet under me. Thank you, guys. I had a fun afternoon. Thank you, Carl.
No, we love you, Carl. But Nicole, so we asked you to take a look and watch the inauguration, and we wanted you to talk a little bit about the inauguration. Go ahead and tell us.
Been talking about it.
Well, I know we've been talking about it, but
we might as well just keep on going. And you guys are more informative. I'm not as informative.
But Nicole, seriously, like you're like total respect. You're like, I'm not a huge Trump fan, but like, what was your take on the inauguration? Like,
okay, I really liked his speech. I think I came in like at the very beginning of his speech. I didn't catch him like when he first went up there, but I mean, I'm not really. Are we allowed to talk about gender one? That's the one thing I didn't agree with him, only for the fact that my daughter's part of that community. But everything, yeah. So I'm not.
She did say "fuck you guys." That's what she did. She absolutely did. G. She basically said "fuck you guys." I'm out. I'm just gonna sit here. That's what she said.
Both times I tried to speak up, I felt like, but whatever. Anyway, so no, we're all good. I really liked his speech. I thought it was really beautiful. I'm not a big fan of Trump. I've never have. I don't like his attitude most of the time. He seems a little too cocky for me. But I really liked how he was just talking about like making the United States better, about the gas, like gas is a big thing. Another thing I liked that he was going to close up the borders because I don't think like, illegal immigrants should be coming over here the way they were. And it's like, we can't keep up with it. So I really thought that was interesting. I don't know. It was really good.
Well, so somebody who's not like one side or the other or very political, okay, what would you say more so about your take on it? Like, did you believe what he was saying?
Well,
did you think he was being genuine?
Several standing ovations. Like there was many topics that he was talking about, and people were like standing up. And I remember that one specifically. I couldn't remember what he was talking about, but even Kamala and Biden stood up and gave him a standing ovation. Like it was just I think it's gonna be good overall with Trump. I still have to. I don't know a lot about politics. Never really wanted to learn. Don't really watch the news, but I've been trying to keep up on everything that's going on. I think I'm grateful for him trying to save TikTok because that's like a big thing to me. For like my mental health, for like sharing my story. So yeah, I'm like really like happy with that. And I like that he's bringing the soldiers home because it's about
and just so you know, Nicole, especially Nicole, like when I say when my opinion is that I don't feel it was an infringement on our freedom of speech. That doesn't mean that I'm against everything that everybody like yourself is doing on TikTok. It's just I think the narrative, the background narrative is. I don't agree with that background narrative.
Yeah, no, I totally respect. I mean, I don't know enough to even argue with the point. I just,
but I do.
Really, to me, I feel like a lot's being taken from me if I lose TikTok.
Yeah,
and it's not just monetary, like financially. It's emotionally, mentally, physically. I don't leave my house because I have like anxiety really bad. It's hard for me to be social with others. Yeah. So this is like TikTok has been my outlet. And I do have like I could start my small boutique on there, but like I just like imagine all this. Like I'm a lot more fortunate. Like if we were to lose TikTok, it wouldn't hurt me so much financially. It would be more of like a mentally emotional thing because I am in a pretty good situation. But I feel for all those people that like those small business like single parents trying to do a business here on social media, and now it's going to be shut down because of TikTok. So that like made me a little scared, and I hope that after these 90 days, because Trump did sign the 90-day extension, the executive order to hold it until we like figure out a long-term plan. So I just hope things come out like good for the outcome because there's so many people that like really rely on TikTok.
Well, I'm
feeling about it.
I'm relying on TikTok mainly because of this community that we built. Right. Which is why I started the podcast. I saw the writing on the wall. I saw that they were going to screw with this shit. I wish that I would have went to other platforms sooner and tried to build it over there. But you know what? At the end of the day, the TikTok allows me to have the flexibility to do what I need to be able to touch as many people as I possibly can. Not like Joe Biden, but like be able to make that phone call and say, hey, you're on the ledge. How can I walk you off of it? How can I be there for you as a friend and tell you how fucking amazing you are? Right? A lot of the shit that people took for granted that day, like the only reason I stayed up all goddamn night to make sure that I was online and got it up and running was so that people knew that I wasn't abandoning them. Because a lot of people that come to my platform have issues with that. They have people leaving. They have people that have
depend on
been
you.
there for, and they drop.
Mental health.
And that's
one thing I have to
fuck off, G.
I love G. I have to mention this. I have to mention this before it leaves my mind because that's how things like they're in my head and then they leave. If you watched, what's her name? The country singer, beautiful.
Carrie Underwood. Oh my God, she was so beautiful when she sang.
The best was though where I was. She was standing right in front of Joe Biden. So the whole time Biden's like nodding in and out, this and that. As soon as she stood in front of him, he's like, his eyes went up and down like 20 times. He was like, everybody where I was going, he's going to smell her hair. She's going to smell it. He's going to smell her hair. She wants to sniff her hair. So
dude,
he did a really good job at singing that song. And they kind of messed up. They didn't have the background music and she just went with it.
Gee, is that verified or did you see that
when
on
she's
board?
done, she turns around and he goes, the first emotion this man has had the whole time, he's like smiles and he goes, shakes her hand. The whole time his eyes went up and down. The whole time he's going up and down. And I'm like, oh, this guy, like you can't
he can't act right. Put him in a nursing home.
I'll be honest, you guys. My whole family voted for Biden because we're Democrats, whatever. Anyway, but I'm so disappointed that I ever even voted for that man. And I can truly say that honestly, and I don't care.
Here's the thing.
Come for me.
No. Here's the thing.
He's going to sniff her hair.
Okay, put all that aside. Him sniffing people, Trump with his mouth. Put it all aside. Right. I don't care about what side of the aisle you are on. It doesn't matter what side. As long as you are voting and that gives you the reason to say if you're happy or not with the outcome. If you don't fucking vote, you don't have a fucking say in anything. And if you can't have a respectful conversation about somebody else's decision of who they voted for or whatnot, you don't fucking belong in the conversation. That's the end of it. What happened to where we used to be able to have a civil debate about Ron Paul saying that he created the fucking, no, that was, that wasn't Ron Paul. That was global warming, and he created the internet. Oh, Jesus, what was his name? Oh, God, I can see his douchebag haircut. No, oh, my God, what the fuck was his name?
Al Gore.
Al Gore, thank you, you creepy bastard coming in out of
Where
nowhere.
Are you going?
Jesus. But yeah, so I mean, Al Gore, remember? Like
J-Dog hates Elon Musk, bro.
Yeah, J-Dog doesn't like him. But it could also be the Arbor Mist him and his wife had tonight. He said, I didn't vote or have anything to say. I just don't like Elon Musk's face. Well, fair. Okay.
You know what it reminds me of in Step Brothers when the guy said, your face, I just want to punch it. You have a punchable face. That's what he said earlier. I was like, that put me right in that movie. I just want to punch you right in the face. I don't know why. I just want to punch you right in the face.
And G says it the best right here. This is, there it is. It's what makes the U.S. so great is that we are able to respect each other and have a difference of opinion. And that's the problem that got lost is that people went from sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me to, oh my God, words hurt me and sticks and stones are now replaced with unaliving.
I think that in my family, it's 80% were right-leaning, 20% left-leaning. But the left, and I'm just talking about my family dynamic. The family that I have and friends that I have that are left, you can't talk to them.
No.
There's no talking to them. It's screaming and anger. And I'm like, whoa, take it down. And I'll deal with like screaming Italians that are like, no, we scream already. Like a family dinner sounds like the Boston Massacre. in my
Well, and that's the thing. My uncle's that way, right? So he lives in northeastern PA, right? And he's strict Democrat. So when I went to visit him when I was headed back from Connecticut, we started talking. And he's like,
I
"Man,
did that on purpose.
he goes, I absolutely hate Trump. I'm leaving the country. So I'm an asshole, right? We know this. I'm a little bit of a dick. So I called my uncle the day Trump got, verified that he was the 47th president. And I said to him, I said, hey, let me know when you need me to help you pack. And he got all quiet and he said, well, we'll see what he does. And he shut up and that was the end of it. But that's the thing. People like my ex, the vegan liberal, you could not talk to her. Like, you had a better conversation of convincing this Copenhagen can that it was a 35-year-old single mom with 3 kids that had 2 jobs. Okay. I'm just saying, like, I'm being realistic. Like, you had a better chance convincing this than to having a conversation with her. And even if you proved facts, right? And I'm not even talking about politicians, you just proved facts. She didn't want to hear it. She didn't want to hear it at all. And it was instantly shut down. It was an instant fight. And that's what we lost, was that we were able. The whole point of this country is that we're a melting pot. We came from other places. We're all here together, and we're all here to make it the greatest country in the world. So we are entitled to be individuals and have a difference of opinion.
Not G Morton. I'm sorry. J Dog just said that. Literally.
Did you? But also,
no, it was G Morton. Anyone that says they're going to move out isn't a true patriot. And there's something I want to say about that really quick. Very good friend of mine moved up through the ranks in our sheriff's office, officer, sergeant, lieutenant, retired, got into politics. He was past president of the Atlantic County NAACP. Right, that's the I think I said it's the NAACP.
Yes, it's the organization. Yes,
right. Big Democrat, great guy, great human being, awesome man, awesome sheriff, great supervisor. He eventually, there was something that we argued about within our department. And I go, why are you getting into politics, man? They like beat you down and they fuck with you so much, like they fuck with me. But why are you keep fighting? Like, I'm done. Like, I'm out. He goes, Jim, if you can't change it, the only way you can change it is to be in it.
Right.
He goes, you can't be on the sidelines and complain. You got to be in it. 4 years later, he's now a Republican and a big politician in one of our local townships. And he became a Republican. He goes, because of what all the bullshit that's happened. He goes, I can't get things done. But he's in it, and I respect that man so much. And his words were, you can't fight it from the outside. You got to be in it to fight it.
Well, and that's what we learned in training too. You can't sit there and strategically say this is how this is going to go. If you're doing a raid, it never goes the way you plan it,
right?
Because things are fluid, things are malleable, or they change from second to second. My thing is this:
fluid.
Everything is fluid. But the point of and J Dog, you brought up a good point, and I've been saying this for years. A country divided is easier to control than a country united, which goes back.
That's the agenda, brother.
So, that's the whole point. Yeah.
Well, I didn't like how it said sovereign, because that means like one ruler.
No, that's not what that means.
Sovereign
means of themselves, of the people.
Right.
Oh, that's not what
so like citizens, like it means you are of the people. You're ruled by the people.
Sovereign is a supreme ruler.
Supreme ruler.
No, that's not right.
You mean a supreme ruler? That's like China, like a dictatorship. But that's not
a monarch. That's what sovereign. Trump did say that later that day.
Okay. Well, here's the thing.
Maybe I have the wrong definition.
No, you're good. You're good. No, what our country's not based like that. Our country.
No,
is
not
very
now.
That's
what he wants to do.
See, we're not even a democracy. We're not. We're a democracy.
We're a democracy. I know what we are. Yeah, we're not a communism.
Of the people, and it's always going to be that way.
Right. See, my thing is this: is that
it's not. that's when the pew-pews come out.
Right. And then Trump was very blessed with the young votes because from TikTok, he was able to get the younger votes. He did mention that was another thing I liked.
He did mention that.
He won by 30% or 33%. It was 30 or 33%.
My thing with this is that everybody always looks at the president. The president is one piece of the puzzle. We have a checks and balance system, right? Nothing goes through without it being checked and balanced, which again, right now, Supreme Court, Trump is using his executive power to stave off the Supreme Court, but can only do it for a certain amount of time. Congress and the Senate have to enact the bill in order for it to go. Remember, I'm just a bill sitting on Capitol Hill, right? Like we all remember Schoolhouse Rock. If you don't, you're too fucking young for this. Please leave the chat. So the point I'm getting at is that there are these checks and balances. So it's not just the president is Republican and the whole house is Democrat. Nothing's going to ever get done because they don't want to fucking meet in the middle. That's the biggest problem. It is they don't want to meet in the middle. No one wants to work together anymore to make it unified. They all want their own way of controlling the power. It breaks down to the power. Dude, stop making me leave the chat. Why am I making you leave the chat? You're still here.
So the presidential pardons is not checked, and that's something that they do have as president. They do have the legal ability to do.
Correct, and that is their right to have that.
Right.
No one has to check that. That is their one. Just like
kind of like a get out of jail free card.
Well, but the Supreme Court has their own little one-off that no one can check, and that's where that final check and balance comes into, right? So you have all of them checking each other and making sure, but at the end of the day, if somebody does something that really is grossly negligent, they can take action for it. Yeah. Like for instance, if Congress passed a bill that said all guns were now banned in the country, there's a massive turn-in and you have to revoke your firearms. President can go, fuck you, no, you can't. You're J-Dog, I know you're 28. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to my little buddies, kid friends that are in fucking 7th grade. Those ones have to leave. You're fine. I know you outside of this. You're just hang out. You get a get out of jail free card, okay? But that's the thing too, right? Like, so you have all these things that are checks and balances, and then you have the little kind of like caveats. I know you're just giving me shit. It's fine. It makes it interesting. But all these little caveats are what makes the country go around, right? Like you have, like we had left a senior citizen as president for years when he should have been taken out. Agreed, but here's the problem. He wasn't. He was the puppet.
He was the puppet. A little fellow we know as Barack Hussein Obama.
And Obama. I mean, High Dog Kamala Harris. I mean, I'm just saying. Did anybody see her?
Was in there too.
She had a disgust look on her face every time he kept on saying all those things.
That's because they made gummies illegal in her state. That's why. No, truthfully though, like she was high as hell all the time. Arbor Miss Brando.
She's probably got a big ass hog between her legs, so he probably doesn't want the transition.
Well,
I said it. My bad.
I mean, no, you can listen. You can absolutely say it. I don't. You know me. I don't. I'm not.
I didn't agree with, but only because my daughter's.
Well, no, he's not talking about that specific piece of it, but I understand. That's more of Michelle and Michael Obama. I mean, Michelle Obama. But
she's a man. I think she's got a man. I think she's a man with a big old ding dong, and that's what.
Hey, you go. That's fine.
And that's what Barack likes.
Barack is a really good.
Don't you remember politicians and fetishes were last week, Jim? What the fuck, man?
Yeah, we're not presidents anymore. We're talking about CT.
This is what happens when I drink all day and then I wake up with
while you're stuffing your face when I call you.
I'm like, I got a cookie and a whiskey, so let's rock and roll, baby.
Right. Well, let's go. So. This was I think a really good podcast tonight, and if we want to continue this on Friday, we can, or we can come up with a different topic for Friday. But I do like what we were talking about. Maybe we talk a little bit about the TikTok and some of the first days of Trump being in office, because you know how that always goes. There's always a lot of movement and shuffle in that first week. So why don't we talk about that?
100 days. Let's rock and roll. Let's watch it.
Let's
Thank you,
watch it,
Brianna,
see
for
what's
being
going
here
on.
as well. We love you.
And thank you. Yeah, thank you everybody.
Yes,
And
all to all the
Brianna
new viewers tonight. Thank you.
and Brianna, I'm sorry if you heard my ASMR joke earlier. It was just a joke, I swear. I'm just kidding. I'm just messing around. You have to do it in the front, Jimbo, or it doesn't work.
I can't hear. I don't even have my speaker, but you guys can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
That's amazing. It's not even by me.
Yeah, it's because it's a good microphone. But here's what we're gonna do.
No, it's fine.
We're gonna go ahead and wrap up. First and foremost, I want to thank you all for being here. We all survived the blackout of 2025. Okay, we're all on TikTok, we're all on other platforms, but this is where it's more crucial because when they want to silence the voice, we're not going to let them. So make sure you guys go click and subscribe on the
sign the
YouTube channel.
petition.
Well, that's you sign whatever she's talking about.
Rob Kahana, he has a position out there on TT. I signed
Okay.
it.
Sign that petition then. We're not endorsing anything left or
No,
right.
we're not. I'm not endorsing. I'm just saying.
You're good.
TikTok. You probably heard about it.
That you're good on that. But as always, make sure you click link and subscribe to what's in the bio. If you guys want to support it, that's in the link tree. Also follow us on all social media platforms. I am Joe the Bull Guy on every platform possible, except for Facebook because that bastard banned me. But for life. Other than that, guys, remember you're fucking amazing and it's a much better day with you in it. So don't go anywhere. Hang around, stick around. See us on TikTok, see us on Favorited. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Jim. Carl, why don't you bring your bald ass back up here? Let's go. Bring your little bald ass back up here.
Shirt on, Carl.
Oh, there he is. I know, right? Like at least he's clothed today. That's
hey, get your bowl.
Nicole, go ahead and do your best rendition of Marilyn Monroe's birthday song for him.
I can't do it. Oh, but I'll sing now. Happy birthday to you.
That's it. I'm getting naked.
Mr. Carl. Happy birthday to you.
Carl
Mr.
just got hard.
President Carl. Happy birthday to you.
Carl
Happy
just
birthday to you. All right, happy fucking birthday, man.
Happy fucking birthday.
Happy birthday, buddy.
We love you.
60-year-old never looked any better, bud. 60-year-old never looked any better. I'm just saying. But here you go. Salute. Cheers.
21 again.
You see what
exactly.
Bro.
Oh, he did. He just came. He absolutely did. So anyway, yeah. Look, don't you see the smile? He's about to light up a cigarette. Now, normally I would be yelling at Carl and telling him, what the fuck are you doing? But you know what? It's his birthday. We're going to give him the night off. So you know what, Carl? I just wanted to tell you from the bottom